sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's premier podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host, Lord Jordan Patrick.
The Lord of Glencoe.
The Lord of Glencoe. And my co-host, Mr. Michael Dots.
Word with Dots. Meg's favourite, Chuff's favourite. You'll never reach your destination if you throw stones at every dog that barks.
That's what?
You can't stop and acknowledge all the little people. Keep going.
What did the little people ever do to you?
They're slowing me down. That's why I hit them with rocks. No.
Who's throwing stones at dogs?
That was from a famous person.
Which famous person?
I don't know. Hold on. I was on Instagram.
I think that's my favourite one so far.
I still don't get it.
You can't stop and throw stones at everyone. So, like, you can't stop and argue with people on your way to...
You've upset podcast dog.
Oh, sorry.
Throwing stones at little dogs.
The confused voice you hear is Andy Mack on the ones and twos as per usual.
Oh, man.
And we're joined this week by the first lady of the podcast, Megan Chuff Bain.
Thank you for my nickname there. Cheers,
To be
babe.
fair, it was just a joke on Instagram. It was Mike who sort of perpetuated it on the podcast. So
Thanks, Mike.
Got the first lady thing?
No, the
No,
Chuff.
Chuff.
Oh, yeah. I just think it's a cool nickname.
That's what I was saying. I was saying when I said in the group chat, should I bring Megan along? Mike's words were, "Yeah, we're due a Chuff episode."
You're all welcome, everyone.
And I did have to also explain Chuff to my mum earlier.
Is that what this is going to be called? The Chuff episode?
Oh, yes. Title nailed on.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Ladies and gents, this week's episode is sponsored by Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. Small, reliable plumbing heating company, gas safe registered, fully insured, from tap washers to heating systems. No job too small. Get in contact now about a system flush coming up for the cold weather. Pay for it now instead of paying the price later, and your boiler will thank you for it. Once again, thank you for all who have contacted us on our email, monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. Those who have reached out on Twitter, which is MSF_podcast, Instagram, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, I believe.
Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, all one word, yeah?
Facebook, Podbean, everyone who's got in touch with us. Feedback from last week's show. I got the new running feedback from Mama Pat's. I walked in and she was listening to it the other morning, and she sort of like paused it really quickly as I wanted to say, "What?" But she messaged to say that the book I was talking about, that I read when I was in Mull, the one about the detective series called Rizzoli and Isles.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Apparently that was my mum's favourite shite TV series. So that was like a brain fart TV she used to watch. And she also said that she watched World at War the first time around when it was on in the 70s. Yeah. And I was on the phone to her earlier, she was saying that it made her fall in love with Laurence Olivier's voice. Yeah. Because it was just brilliant, but then she read a biography about him, and apparently he was a total cunt. So she's like, don't read biographies because it could just absolutely annihilate your image of the person. She also said, very chilled podcast this week. Thank you.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good last week. I got some feedback from a co-worker of mine who works in Portsmouth. She was saying that it was a really good episode. I was like, thank you, but she was also wanting to see more of... She doesn't have Facebook, so she was also wanting to see the stuff that Rachel got us. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, bestie.
So she wanted to see that stuff, and I meant to send her a picture the other day, so I'll send it to you, Billy, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, once again, a big thank you to Rachel for the personalised t-shirts. They were fucking bang on. We've decided as well, so we're not wearing them tonight.
Yes.
But, Andy Mack and his infinite wisdom came up with the idea, and we've all agreed that they're for special episodes only.
Yes.
We're not going to abuse them. They are wonderful. And it was genuinely one of the best gifts that we could have.
It was good, yeah.
It was awesome.
And we got some of that gift shrapnel, didn't we? We got hit with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I also got a happy birthday from Mama Dots.
Yeah.
That was very sweet.
Next time she comes over, then we really got to have her on now.
Yeah, well, I was speaking to my mum earlier, and I really want to get my mum on because she's fucking hilarious. Like, so that's next on the agenda.
So just get all of our mums on, put them round the table. We'll just piss off and then just leave it recorded and see what they come in for a podcast.
That'll be the best thing.
No pressure.
Mum, actually, one final bit of feedback from Mama Pats was that she she said that the chemistry is getting really well. She goes, she doesn't listen and think, oh, that's my son.
Yeah.
She just thinks it's three guys that she enjoys listening to talk and going over shit. So,
Connie always goes, it sounds like it's like guy chat. She feels weird listening because if she feels like it's us kind of like what we would say locker room talk, as Donald Trump would say.
Oh well, there is a lady here this week to ruin all of that for you. Feminist killjoy, right? Okay. Oh, babe, harsh.
I'm not. What'd you say?
You ain't no lady.
I'm not changing for you, Chuff.
Hello.
Podcast dog.
Daisy.
I'm so excited to actually finally meet podcast dog. I've been on a podcast. I don't know how many times. Like
This is your fourth
This is my fourth time.
Yeah.
And every single time, podcast dog seems to be here when I'm not here. And finally, she's here. So I don't know how much I'll talk. I might be in the corner just petting the dog. So every so often you'll just hear, "Who's a good girl?"
Yeah, Daisy has never been here when you've been here. She's
I know,
always
this is the best.
missed you. So when I got her today, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be good.
It may not be great pod, just Megan squeaking at the
No.
dog. The other day, we were in the car and Megan went, oh, and instead of asking her what she was saying, I immediately started looking around for a dog.
I hadn't even seen a dog.
That's your...
For the one time only, I hadn't seen a dog that I want to point out.
Are you guys getting a dog? Did you say you were getting a dog?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
still looking.
waiting for the right one.
Yeah, there's a really good one just now on the SSPCA. But
Rescue, don't buy.
Yeah, he's through in Glasgow, I think, but it's just trying to get the timing to work with us taking Riley through.
Yeah.
Because we can go visit a dog, which we've done before, but then by the time we get to take Riley through, the dog might be gone.
No.
And we don't want to get his hopes up until we're actually kind
And
of
we
pretty
don't
sure
want
it's
a
going to
dog that's
happen.
going to eat his face.
No.
I mean, it's still a dog.
No.
You gotta feed him.
Yeah, exactly. It's one meal we don't have to worry about.
That's one sort of punishment tactic. If you don't fuck around, we will eat you. Feed you to the dog.
This dog's gonna eat your face, kid.
I'll really get the evil stepmom kind of moniker in finally.
You gotta get that Cruella de Vil laugh
Oh,
down.
yes. I pretty much do cackle already, so.
She does. What? Anyway, what have we been up to since last week, ladies and gents?
Not much, really. It's crazy. I've
been a quiet week.
Been laying low.
The wee man's football started back last week.
Okay.
Straight back in it. Right, he was a better. I know. Like I'm biased, man. But we scored 2 goals, and he set up one and scored the other. So proudest punch. There's another kid on the team that, apart from Riley, is my favourite. His boys. So obviously, you get the same with all kids' sports. They want to be in the glory position.
Yeah. So what's that?
So in football, they want to be a striker.
Okay.
They want to score the goals. So
Yeah.
to a certain point, I was like, "Oh, can I play up front? Can I play up front?" But this kid doesn't want to play anywhere but in defence.
Okay.
And he is a fucking
My kind of kid, yeah.
honestly, man, he hits hard, he hits fair, doesn't stop running, and he used to a point. It used to be like you'd win the tackle and then hoof the ball upfield.
Yeah.
And the last wee while, he started just playing these beautiful passes like out of defence and just splitting teams apart.
Nice.
But towards the end of the game on Sunday, picks up the ball off the goalkeeper. One boy tries to get off him, skins the midfielder, and he's got this wide open bit up the pitch. So we're like, go! And he's bearing down on goal. And you hear the entire sideline, like all the players like, and he rattles a shot. It was beautiful from the edge of the box, and it hit off the inside of the post, rolled along the line, and the keeper picked it up. But then see, after that, it was like a man possessed, and I went up and gave him like a hug after the match, and his heart was like, I was like, you need to sit down, man. But no, it was good. Good to see the kids back playing, get that grassroots football we talked about.
So what position scores like the second most goals?
Midfielder.
Midfielder.
I'm saying that we don't have throat bubble. We don't have like an out and out striker on the team, but our 4 sort of main midfielders have got about 40 goals so far between them this season.
And how many games have you played?
Like 10.
Really?
Yeah. So like the top scorers on 16. Actually, must have more than 40. The top scorer's on 16. The second one's on 14. Riley's on 10.
Yeah.
And then the kid behind them's on 6. So quick maths, someone.
Quick maths.
I didn't listen to any of the goals, sorry.
After 16, I kind of blurred out.
Yeah, no, it was good. Started a new job this week.
Nice.
It's been busy. I've had to wear like posh clothes. So this is the first chance I've had to get my tracksuit on, so I'm just experiencing all the comfort that I can right now.
So who's... I meant to say about the tracksuit. I was going to say something about it and I told it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to start wearing tracksuits all the time now. All the time I see Drake, and Drake doesn't have any denim. which I like. I admire. So I'm just going. This is why I'm wearing my red robe right now. I'm wearing all soft materials from now on.
This might be. It might just be a getting older thing. But I've said it all the time. Like at the weekend, like I find myself. I'm always running about doing bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I would just like something comfy that looks smart. Mm-hmm. And I've seen this dark green Adidas tracksuit for ages.
Yeah.
And I know, and I was very, very lucky that Chuff and her mum and dad went half-hours and bought me the whole thing. And it is just, oh man, I'm so comfortable right now.
And it looks good too.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big earth tones kind of guy, but that looks great.
Yeah, I've never
Well,
been
I'm
one
an
for
earth tone kind of guy.
dark greens and stuff. But this is yeah, man. We'll upload it to the podcast.
We'll take a picture.
Yeah.
Fashion show.
Fashion show.
So Rachel, next time, can we get Adidas suits with our names on the back, please? That would make our day.
We were talking with smoking jackets. That'd be the one. Like
Let's
Mr.
go with your
Burns.
Lord hat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can keep a cigar tucked
You
in the
got
top.
a
Or
pipe.
pipe. Who was smoking a pipe that you know recently? Was someone smoking a pipe last year?
no, we had
Or Matt had a pipe, you said?
Matt had a pipe. And he couldn't actually. I remember this was like 2-3 years ago, but I had a time lapse of him trying to pack it and get it lit.
Yeah.
And it went on for about 20 minutes, and he could not get this fucking thing lit. And he spent like 20 quid on this pipe
Yeah.
and all the tobacco. And he was sitting there trying to pack it down and get it to light, and it just wouldn't go. And it was fucking hilarious. I seen a guy smoking a pipe.
Pipes are cool.
But like he was walking along and he had his hands in his jacket, like his long overcoat, and just a pipe hanging out of him. He was like, and he was just walking along.
Don't like that sound.
Carry on, mate.
That's the pipe smoking sound. Do you guys? We were talking about Columbo today, kind of. Do you guys watch Columbo? Did your parents watch?
I remember
Columbo?
it briefly. It was one of those. It was the same as what was it? What was the name of the guy that used to go from reality to reality?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah.
I used to fucking love Quantum Leap.
That used to come on after Monday Night Raw. I used to watch that. Well, I used to go to bed after that, but
Monday Night Raw.
yeah.
I remember about him. He always had a lollipop, didn't he?
Who? Columbo?
Columbo.
A lollipop? Or I thought it was a cigar he smoked, didn't he?
Was that a cigar?
Or maybe I'm thinking because that was Paulie in Rocky, wasn't Columbo Paulie in Rocky? Or was it somebody? No. It's
Paulie
two
had the
people.
cigar.
Yeah, he definitely did. Maybe I'm confusing my.
Yeah, I smoked a cigar.
He did. Oh, okay, all right, so that's cool.
I thought a lollipop. What the fuck had a
So
lollipop?
the pre-watershed version.
Yeah, they just superimpose a lollipop. So it's just
Really badly.
a smoking lollipop.
Smoking's not good, kids.
It says on Wikipedia, Columbo is a shrewd but inelegant blue-collar homicide detective whose trademarks included shambling manner, rumpled beige raincoat, cigar smoking, and generally dishevelled appearance.
He did
And
always wear
lollipop.
he did always wear the raincoat. Yeah,
You ever
what was
notice that
that?
all the good detectives always look a bit dishevelled?
Yeah.
Because they're just...
Because they're working hard solving crimes.
What was the one...
They never go home to a family either. They're
Nope.
always divorced. They got
Nope.
a divorce drinking
Map
problem.
on their wall with the pens ready to go.
Bottle of whiskey for breakfast.
Stains on a shirt.
What was
There was a stain.
What was the detective series that I remember? I never ever watched it, but I seen the adverts and it looked so heavy-handed that I was like, I can't even watch it. And it was the guy who played Dwight from The American Office.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's a new series, right?
It wasn't Hardcastle. Was it Hardcastle? It was someone like that. It was just like his surname, and he was like, I think it was meant to be like a cop version of House.
Yeah.
So he was just a very unlikable character who was just really good at his job. And I remember watching the adverts, just like, no. You know, like some actors try and like come out of their lane, and you're just like
Backstrom.
Backstrom. That
Yeah.
was it. It's like, don't just stay. You're good at comedy. Just
They
go over
cancel
there,
it.
be all right.
I think they did cancel it. Oh no,
Probably it
That's not nice.
looked fucking terrible.
Yeah, it did look terrible.
What were we talking about? I'm losing all train of thought in it.
I
You're
know.
tired.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, we talk about your job.
Yeah, it's been pretty full on. I'm enjoying it, but like, it's like, fuck me, that's a lot.
So do you work different hours than your old job? Too?
No, it's still set hours, but like, it's
Is it the learning that's taking it out?
yeah,
of you?
man. It's like last week I've been with the company for 11 years in November, and
Yeah.
I've done for the first 9 and a bit. I've done a fairly similar job in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
In the last year, a completely changed area of the business.
Yeah.
So I spent the last year being a new guy, and then all of a sudden I went, oh, I had this new job, and now I'm even newer to what I'm doing now. So I'm just sitting there half the time like,
So who are you, like, is this one person that's kind of taking you by the hand and
yeah, well,
showing
so
you what to do?
me and my manager are
Yeah.
like the two based in Perth, and then there's other folk based around the country. So it's,
Okay.
I've been doing like Excel training videos and stuff to try and refresh my Excel skills.
I used to fucking hate Excel, and now I love it. I can't live without
just
it.
sitting watching these training videos, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I'm going to use this for everything.
Yeah, Excel's great, man. I do my bills on it. I
just use my calculator.
Yeah.
I just cry when I look at the figure. I'm like, right, okay. I have
£7.
no money.
What is this about?
It's £1 a week. I want to sell some rice crackers.
We got our movie premiere this weekend, though.
I'm excited.
I am excited.
This is like the Chinese democracy of amateur American football.
I always like when stuff like this happens. Not like I go to stuff like this all the time, but
I'm always attending premieres.
Yeah, well, my last blockbuster last summer. Now, when stuff like this happens, I always get hyped up, and I think it's going to be a lot bigger than it actually is. And it's like going to be a red carpet. And it's going to be like there's going to be nobody there. There'll probably be some junkie that's like walking into the movie theater that I'm going to fight with.
What I'm more excited about is the fact that it's going to have like 30 American football players.
Yeah.
They're probably all going to have a couple of beers before it started.
Yeah.
Getting hyped up about this film that's been about 4 years in the making. Because I've been away from the Hurricanes for a year now. Just over a year. Maybe coming up 2.
Did you play a year without me?
Yeah. I played 2 seasons. I think you played the first half of my first season.
Yeah.
And then I played a season after that you'd left as well.
Okay.
And then it'd been in the pipeline since before I'd started. And then, like I said, that's coming up 4 years now.
I know, it's taking a while.
I don't even think I'm in it. Like, I genuinely don't think. I think the guy who filmed it, like, appeared once at a training session or a game that I was at to get some like side footage. I think I remember it clearly because he was videoing Hoops, previous guest Hoops, getting ready, and I think it must have been like some sort of like cut scene because he was like filming him get his pads on and tying his shoelaces and shit like that. But this is like post weight loss Hoops. So like it's gonna be weird to see.
Yeah, is he
Hoops.
going?
I don't know actually.
It is going to be weird to see big Hoops on TV. Yeah, I mean on the big screen.
Well, you only ever met him when we went to watch that game. You won't remember. You don't remember anything.
No.
But the guy that came over with the hat on, like he's lost like 12 stone, was it?
More than that. I think.
Like he was literally. I'll have to show you the before and after photo. It's bananas, but
It was just funny. Maybe we should explain a little bit more. Like there was a documentary made about the football team, the American football team we played for, about how we were the worst team in Scotland. And you wouldn't think that we should be as excited to go relive those moments, but it is. It should be fun.
I will say that after I left, we didn't finish bottom.
There you go. It was all my fault, really.
Yeah, it was.
But
that's what everyone said. It was I agree, Scott. He was shit.
I'll take it. I remember like having a game, and like pre-game jitters. You know what I mean? Like you kind of just until you get hit. It's so true. Like when you play American football, before you have to get hit first, and then that's when you're like, all right.
It's almost that you forget that it doesn't hurt that badly.
Yes.
Or even when it does, it hurts for a minute, and
That's
then the adrenaline starts pumping.
That's the perfect way to explain it. Yeah, you kind of forget. So I remember sitting in the locker room, and he was recording in there, and we were all getting dressed and everything, and we all kind of walked out as a team, and he was like, "Oh, camera wasn't on. Can you guys go back out and do it?" And we're kind of like, "You're kind of killing the pregame,
oh man,
keeping stuff." Yeah, but it was a good time.
Did you have any weird pregame rituals?
Pre-game rituals? No, I like to eat. I would always need to eat something before games. I would like to always stop at the Tesco on the Kingsway. Yeah, get something to eat there. We would always drink the Monster, the black and yellow can, the Ripper.
Oh,
yeah, always drink the
little Ripper.
We would drink the Ripper before every game, and I just like to have my music. Oh yeah, I would like to they call it karaoke. I would do karaoke across the end zone. I would always do that before my game with my headphones on. But no weird ones. Did you?
I didn't. I think I always put my right boot on first.
Oh, that's super superstitious.
I think I just noticed it. I don't even know why I did it. I just did that. But I would always, without fail. So I would you'd have your sort of your Under Armour on to keep all your bits in place.
Yeah.
And then I had like a second layer of Under Armour that had all my pads on. And then I was given a pair of medium bottoms.
Yeah.
So they were really, really snug. But I was given them on my first game.
Yeah.
And I just never changed them because it felt all very secure. Everything was. But without fail, every single time I would get all of these layers on
and shit,
lace it up, and then I would need to take a shit. So without everything, I would then have to sit about 10 minutes like undoing it, and then not to be too vulgar, but by the time I was finished, like it was also tight that like standing up my legs hurt because it would like kill the blood up to my knees.
I hate that. Yeah.
That's a beautiful subject to be listening to. I've never found you so attractive.
Well, what do you want to talk about, Chuff?
Yeah. Bring some fucking topics to the table.
Just maybe not you shitting.
Fair enough.
You know.
That's cool. Everybody poos.
Everybody poos.
But no, I didn't have any specific ones. I used to.
Stop with the tail.
There used to be something, but I can't remember what it was. I did remember that I stole a sticker. I really got this like set of stickers of like a Batman thing, and I put a Batman sticker on the side of my helmet. And I used to always, like, before I would go down for a snap, I would tap my Batman sticker. And then I would set up. It didn't make any difference, but it was just sort of like I would sit down, before I put my hand in the dirt, I would tap my Batman sticker and put my hand down.
That's super adorable.
That's what the opposition used to say.
So cute.
I used to try and, like, because there was this one guy from Northumberland, and he was just like super, like he would obviously trying to be super intense, but you didn't really believe him. So like the D lineman would obviously line up a bit more to the deck and then like in a bit more of an aggressive pose because they were coming at you. And I remember I was like, "Are you okay, sweetheart?" And like, what? And then he tried. I just went and just cleaned the cunt out, and I was just like, "Nah, man, it's not working for you. You don't have that fear factor."
It's always good to flatten those guys, the guys that make the most noise. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing myself on the big screen.
You've got quite a heavy part in it. From all the trailers.
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, the trailers?
Have you not seen the trailer? We'll have to show you
No,
the
you
trailer.
never showed me
We're
it.
going to put a trailer on the Facebook page so that people can see it. We'll have seen it by the time.
Yeah, we're hopefully going to get the director
Yes.
on as well at some point to talk about it.
Yeah.
So what the fuck took so long?
Look at you these last couple of months. Podcaster, stand-up comic, movie star.
I know.
You're just a full package, right?
The king of all media.
And the voiceovers.
The voiceover.
I know, Buck, right? Get at me. I'm trying to get this career going.
I'm gutted, man. Actually, I've seen the next blending stand out. I've got the Little Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to give me an extra month to work on some new material.
Take him with you.
Oh no, man, he would be bored out of his tiny mind.
He'd enjoy my dick pics part of my stand.
What's that? That's pictures of a guy called Dick. Now, shut up. Bunny is.
He's gonna know. He's gonna figure out sooner or later.
Yeah, if someone ever came back to me and said your son sent a dick pic to my daughter, I'd be like, you little shit.
What'd you say?
I'd say, this is maybe a bit off topic, but this cracked me up the other night. I sent him, I was running his bath, and I was like, right, go get yourself undressed. I'll get your shit and it's ready. And he has this little owl teddy.
Can I quickly interject and say that it's my little owl teddy that I bought?
No, I bought for you.
Oh, you bought for me? No, yeah, because we were not long together and you bought me this owl. So it's like one of the first things that Jordan bought me in our relationship, and it means a lot to me.
But
Quickly.
Riley's taken it on, so when he goes to sleep he likes having Gerald, he's called it.
Huh.
But it's a little like it's about the size of a football, little round owl thing. And I came out of the bathroom, I was just about to shout him, and I turned around. He was just stood at his door, Starcuts, with this little owl coming as modesty like that. Yeah, I had me at the deck. I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I was like, I appreciate that. Oh, the dog has distracted Chuff.
Hello.
So, are we getting some recent events, some topics,
We can.
what's going on in the world this week? Now, we'll get this one out of the way because I think this one's maybe a bit topical. But I want to talk about the actress, the Asia Argento,
Yeah.
who has been.
She's got in trouble for. She was a part of the whole thing with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, she came out as a victim of his.
Was she the one that recorded him in the hotel?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I've not read any of that. Well, just to break it down what's happened, she has herself been accused of sleeping with a
17-year-old?
17-year-old, so sex from the minor, as the laws in America. Me and Chuff had a bit of discussion about this earlier. Now, what I said was, obviously, it is statutory rape in the laws of where it was, so that she's in the wrong for doing it in the first place.
She is.
However, from what I've seen, there's been text messages and things leaked of interaction between her and a pal, of her admitting it.
Yeah.
Saying the guy was obsessed with her, and there was also a note written by the boy, I love you, blah blah blah, all that type of carry on. But he has since come out and obviously said that he wasn't comfortable with the whole proceedings.
Okay.
But what it was, so she released a statement saying that when she was with the now passed Anthony Bourdain, that he approached them and tried to extort money out of them, otherwise he was going to go to the press with this. And in her statement, she said that her partner at that point said, "Look, this will fuck up my reputation, so let's just deal with it, pay him off, and then go for it."
Yeah.
So like I said to Chuff, goes, "No, I can understand that all the people previously, all the people who have spoken in the Me Too movement are trying to be part of the solution and bring it to light. What I didn't appreciate about this guy is that he's privately extorted money out of them, and he's now coming into the forefront to say I wasn't comfortable with it. So I don't think he's part of the Me Too narrative.
No,
that's not to excuse whatever she did. She slept with a minor, bad crack.
Okay,
but I think, I said this to you earlier, I goes, the way that he's gone about it, I think cheapens the legitimacy of not the entire Me Too movement, but I think that for the 99% of people who have been abused, raped, whatever it's called, that 1% is what the people who are against Me Too are going to pick up on.
So, but do we not think that there's a difference between what happened with her and Harvey Weinstein and her and this kid?
I'm going to really quickly interject and say right now it's all very he said, she said. So, yes, she's released a statement and said X, Y, and Z. And obviously he's come out originally with the accusations. What I'm uncomfortable with is the fact that people are now saying that Me Too movement is not important, because even though it's countless men that have done this, one woman's done that, so therefore the movement's pointless, because one woman did an act of evil versus all these men who've done an act of evil. Therefore, what's the point of Me Too? Women are just as bad.
No, that's what I
And
agree.
Another thing that I find really uncomfortable about the whole situation is, yes, there's been people when women have come out and had an allegation against someone who said it's not true, she's just jumping on the bandwagon. But a lot of people straight off the bat have gone, I believe X, I believe Y. Like, when a woman has come out with this allegation, they believe them. But when he's come out with the allegation, straight off the bat, everyone's like, what 17-year-old doesn't want to bang a hot actress? It didn't happen, it's not real, all this sort of stuff. And I'm very uncomfortable with the fact that a female victim, and a lot of them have not been believed. And genuinely, like, I remember when it was all happening, and I was horrified to see how often women were coming forward with stories that ask any woman they recognise. Every single woman's got a story of when they've been approached in the street by someone, or someone's not taken no for an answer, like all of us do. But for the most part, these women have been believed. They have not, some haven't believed, but a lot of people have. But straight off the bat, people haven't believed him. And I find that really uncomfortable, that a male victim is not being believed.
I get. As I was saying, I agree with what you're saying on that side, but what I don't get for me is the reason I don't believe him is because of the fact that he has taken payment before coming forward. So that's why I don't believe that he is as affected as he says he is.
But women took payment as well.
Yeah, no, but the thing is as well, to that point, do you not think that these women have kind of said that they feared for their careers, they feared for their own safety, so they took that? Yes, they did, but that was at a time, like you said to me previously, where they couldn't come forward.
Totally, but is there any possibility that also happened to him? Now, it is all he said, she said right now. I don't, I wasn't a fly on the wall, I don't know what happened, but there's also the possibility that that's what happened. I mean, I desperately hope it's not the case.
Yeah.
Because right now it is standing to do some really bad stuff to a movement that has been incredibly important to women around the world.
Yeah. And I think that's what, to me, I don't know if anyone else agrees, but like the fact that if he has taken money and he did this over a year ago or a couple of years ago, and is now coming forward, and he said something like, seeing her come out as a victim brought back up my issues with it. I was like, well, I just that to me is what I think is, and that's just my gut feeling, is that this guy doesn't seem legitimate. Not because he may not have been, because there's horrific statistics about both men and women who are.
I mean, not in his defence, he does kind of say that he didn't talk about it at the time because he didn't think people in the world would understand his position from the eyes of a teenage boy. Remember, he's a teenager.
You're right. This is
just one thing to throw into the mix to think about.
And as much as it's a woman that's the potential assaulter in this case, she was in a position of power over him. And more than anything, a lot of sexual assault is to do with power. It's not so much to do with the actual act itself, it's to do with the power that you hold over that other person. So
I'll give you opportunities if you reciprocate the favour.
Yeah. So I just think
I do it all the time when I throw stones at dogs because they're not going to throw them back. Like I just find it strange. Like I said, maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm not. Like this is just me going on the information that I've got from Twitter. And again, I hate that. I hate the whole trial by Twitter thing. I've said that before, but based on what I've seen and without full knowledge of who's telling the truth, it's the part that stinks to me is that he. Well, from what she said, and like say that could be complete horseshit, he approached her in Bourdain because obviously Bourdain was minted. Do you know what I mean? And he's got that in, and then he took the payment to keep his mouth shut, and now he's coming forward again when it's maybe more prevalent and maybe it is more accepted. Or would he take not the sympathy route, but people would be a bit more sympathetic towards it.
Does it say, like, did he go and say, oh, I want money, or did they say, hey, we'll give you money?
From what she said, he'd tried to sue his own family for damages.
His own family?
Yeah.
But a child actor suing their family for damages is not unheard of because families can be messed up, like what they do to get your kid famous and everything. So I don't know. I think unless we have proof that he's extorted, unless we have proof on all this, it's very difficult to come to an analysis.
That's true too. Yeah, we need proof.
I mean, the whole thing that brought down Harvey Weinstein is not the fact that it was one woman.
It was
like what 80, 90, 100 women came out and said, yeah, he also did that to me. So right now it is only one person and it's he said, she said.
I just always have the issue with making a payment if you're then going to deny that the payment is for what you're ultimately going to be accused for. That always smells a bit fishy to me. And people can say whatever, but if she comes out and says, I never did anything sexual with him, then you kind of got to say, well, why did you pay him $300?
No, she admits that she did sleep with him. So
she admitted that now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
She admitted that she slept with him?
Well, no, it was text messages were leaked.
Right, okay.
Apparently of her admitting it to a friend.
Right, okay.
The thing as well is that I thought that exact same thing, and I read it was a lawyer on Twitter, I can't remember who it is, and it was just saying it's not entirely uncommon, and especially in today's day and age where it can be so like critical to your career, that even if something is totally fabricated, Twitter, social media, it's so hard to stop that wildfire when it starts.
Yeah.
So even if it isn't true, in the cases that it isn't true and a story is fabricated, a lot of lawyers will say, if you can afford it, do it. Yeah. Because then it won't get out and it won't fuck up a career. Yeah, and it's a fairly common law practice. If you have the ability to settle, then do it.
In the last hour, she has admitted to it due to the leaked text.
Oh, really?
So the original article I was reading there,
really?
BBC one from just a few hours
ago. Is it breaking news?
What's the admission?
Well, first of all, the source is stuff.co.New Zealand, Stuff Entertainment website, but it's an hour old. There's not anything on any, shall we say, more mainstream sources, but that's apparently within the last hour.
Where did it say she admitted it? Was it on Twitter or because?
I'll need to read the article.
I'm looking at that too.
I mean, I don't know.
Text messages between her and one of her friends in which she admitted to her friend that she had
So she's not actually commented on the leaked text yet.
She said something today about this though.
Although she said the teenager, quote, jumped me.
Yeah. But then even then, again,
if you took advantage of position, would that not be maybe how you'd spin it?
Again, that's what I'm saying. That's my whole problem. Not with the Me Too movement, but my whole problem with it going via social media rather than through an actual court. And like I said, I know like what you say is like obviously courts are famously biased towards the males in this situation, and that's a horrendous stat. Don't get me wrong, but the problem, that's a problem in that instance. Don't get me wrong, but the problem as well with the trial by Twitter is, say for instance, it is someone who is completely innocent, male or female, and this person is trying to exploit an opening. And let's not get it twisted, there are people out there who will try and exploit things like the Me Too movement, who will try, just a completely off topic, look at the woman who pretended she was a victim in 9/11. Yeah. And then the more and more she was fucking, she was on interviews, videos, she was fundraising for the relief effort, and then all of a sudden it came out that her stories didn't tie up and she was bullshitting. So there are those people out there that for notoriety or for whatever reason will
It's like the same people that buy a few medals online and then go to fucking veteran meetups and all that kind of stuff. It's the same.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
It's psychological
People do that.
disorders.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Jeez,
Yeah. Do you know what I'm
It
saying?
would be good to hear him come out and say, I know he has a statement out today. It would be good to hear him. And he doesn't have to. I mean, because again, he is the victim in this situation. But it would be good to say, like, this doesn't take away from anything that did happen to her, but she did this to me. I mean, that happens all the time with like child molesters. They're often molested.
abuse negates
Coming into that.
I was thinking
Always
that
true.
earlier.
It's not always true.
No, it's actually a lot less common than people think. It's like a well regurgitated fact, but apparently it's not true. But ultimately, I think, and I am playing devil's advocate here, I guess, to an extent, but I just think it is right now he said, she said. And I don't think it damages the movement. I think some people are going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, the main thing I feel very uncomfortable with is a lack of belief of a male victim who was assaulted by women, because ultimately women can be sexual assaulters. It is considerably more common than it is men, but ultimately women can do it as well. And I think the straight off the bat, and it's the comments that make me the most uncomfortable are, he's a teenage boy who wouldn't want to sleep with, this person who did it. And it's the same when it's female teachers who abuse students, everything like that. Male victims are not taken seriously, and the power that an older female has over them is not taken into consideration.
I wonder if that's why, when you look at a lot of crimes, statistics, that kind of thing, with males being raped cases, cases of female raping males, that perhaps the figures are as low as they are because men generally, say, A, won't be believed, but B, won't even come forward.
Yeah, it's a massive problem that men don't come forward.
It's the same thing with mental health. It's the whole reason men don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just not to be discussed. So, don't know if this is true. Do not get me wrong. I will 100% come out with my hands up and apologise.
Yeah.
But like I say again, and I'm proving my own point is that I'm basing my opinion based on what I've read on Twitter. The problem is with social. The thing is, exactly, that's what I'm saying. And it is, but it's the same. Well, this is a really weird example. Like, I'm trying not to fall into the trap of believing that Celtic are really shit this year and Rangers are really good based on what the press are telling me, based on a few results. But the thing is, it's difficult to not have your opinions influenced by the information around you.
Yeah, but where do you? I don't know where to get news from.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I don't know where to get news from.
It's almost that we've now almost lost the ability to have the innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Because everyone has a voice and everyone can. So if the overwhelming public opinion is guilty, then
I don't think we've lost it. I just think that people are more vocal about it, because the thing is when you would have read they have the ability to be more vocal, but if you read a newspaper article 20 years ago, whatever, and someone had committed this crime, you would decide straight off the bat there and then, based on the political beliefs of the person who runs the paper, the advertisements they get, therefore the skew they put on news stories, you would have a belief basically reading this thing. It happens all the time with people reading the Daily Mail right now, and they believe that, immigrants are doing bad stuff all the time. They're not. It's just now that you can see people spouting their opinion, because, when the whole Me Too movement thing came out, I also read people who didn't believe it. It wasn't just the case that my entire Twitter feed was an echo chamber of people going, I believe this woman. It was also people going, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I just think people now have the ability to straight off the bat comment on it.
So I'm not laughing at you, but
I know, but the dog's here.
As you're trying to make a really serious point, Daisy's
little snap.
It's okay.
Well, with the Me Too thing, I don't think it was people saying I didn't believe it. I thought it was more like, oh, that's just what Hollywood is.
No, there was a huge amount of people who were just saying women were trying to take advantage. They were talking bullshit.
It's like the whole incel thing. I mean, these are the.
Oh, don't get me started on them. I've got 2 hours worth of ranting about them.
Get your own podcast.
It'll just be I hate incels.
But yeah, I think I'm sorry to put a bee in everyone's well, but I just thought it is trial by Twitter for both of the people involved, for both Argento and the guy, I don't know his name, I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? Jimmy Bennett, Jimbo, Benito, that guy. Do you know what I mean? It's trial by Twitter for both of these people. And that's the thing, I think it's almost lost now that people expect them just to get jailed.
Yeah.
Or to get in trouble because they've read all this stuff on Twitter. They don't realise that a lot of people have almost lost it. There's a process to go through.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as well as, again, because all this information comes out before it gets anywhere near the courts, how difficult is it going to be to get a jury of people who are not outwardly influenced.
Well, now look on Twitter.
Imagine just try to just boil it all down. Imagine you got 100 people from Twitter and put them in a room. Doesn't matter what gets presented to them in that courtroom. They already have an opinion on what they're wanting to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I think is the problem. I think if these things are done, there should be, and it's almost impossible to gag people. Do you know what I mean? Because things are so easily leaked, and then as soon as text messages go up on Twitter, within 10 minutes they're retweeted 100 million times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So what is he looking for? Is he wanting her prosecuted and...
No, he's literally just coming out and saying, me too. That is literally it. It's just an instance of him saying that someone had sexually abused him.
Okay.
I just want to get everyone's opinion on it. Let's find something.
See, I mean...
I know, it's an interesting thing to...
In the beginning of this, I was... I am mainly in that same camp where it was like, it is a boy, a 17-year-old boy, and you take from your own position.
That's right.
And it's kind of like... If I saw someone look like that at 17 years old, I'm certainly not going to hold her hostage for anything more. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to take $380,000 off of her because
you're just going to take some beautiful memories.
That's it. And for the rest of my life, I'll have those memories. No, but you put that on people. But I mean, I can't say that guy doesn't have trauma about that.
Yeah,
I would. I don't know. I mean, I think men and women are different in that way. Most men and women are different in that way, but. I mean, that's just from my experience.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind me digging there, what do you mean by men and women are different in that way?
I just think that it would be considered sexual assault if a man were to force himself on a woman, and I think that guys would take it differently, just in my experience. I think guys would be like, hey, I've done this, and high five, not because of guy culture, just because I liked it and it felt that way, whereas a woman may be like, no, I don't think so, I don't like that. And maybe because I'm not a woman and I don't know, but I'm just saying that seems uncommon to me. And it is uncommon because we were saying that there are stats to say that guys don't come out as much, and that could be based on many factors.
It's the whole thing of, but then I suppose it's the whole thing of guy chat. Like you say, we can only vouch for our experiences younger because we never hung out in large groups of women. We, like as when you're a 17-year-old guy.
Unlucky for you, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know from hanging about in groups of mates when we were 17, 18, and literally all you want to do is put yourself in another person.
You're so eloquent.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
But just to finish off what I was saying though, I think that if you were to put it and take away the sex and say person A is 37 years old and person B is 17 years old, and person C, I would immediately think that it was man. I would immediately go to a man and a woman, and I would say no, I don't care. And then when they revealed, I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I think that we need to work through.
Yeah, you're right. It's preconceptions of outdated ideals. Do you know what I mean? It's the whole thing that we've talked about before. Is like if a guy has sex with 20 people over a year, fucking high five, big man.
Yeah.
If a girl has sex with 20 people over the course of a year, like, all right, she's a bit loose.
See, I never understood when guys said that about women. Anytime I hear a guy say that about women, I'm be like, all right, she doesn't like you, and now you're being a hater, and you're putting that off limits for everybody now because you're putting her down. Yeah. Like if she doesn't have a good time with you, there are plenty of women out there that hopefully would like you. Yeah. But not if you're talking to a woman.
That's what you think in that respect. But at the same time, is you would assume in that person A, person B scenario that the man is the antagonist, protagonist. I don't know which.
The asshole.
Antagonist. Yeah, the arsehole in that situation. So, yeah, you're right. We all have to improve ourselves.
What do you think about what's her name? Who's the one that goes on the whole marches and she starts
Amber Rose.
Slut March? Yeah.
Amber Rose.
Are you on par with her? Like, as far as
I'm super pro slut walk, to be honest with you, because
let's start one in Perth. Not for me. I'm just saying for the ladies.
I have a lot of problems with the way women are talked about if they have had multiple sexual partners. Mm-hmm. Everyone is so quick to paint women as sluts, as whores, all this sort of stuff. Just off of basically living the same way that a guy does, or not even living the same way as a guy does.
Mm-hmm. But just doing what they want.
Just doing what you want, or having any control over your own life, seems to be not particularly liked by men, shall we say?
That's a good point.
So no, I'm totally down for that, and I think it's slightly about reclaiming. Not even reclaiming, because we've never had the power to kind of control our own lives in this way. But it's about taking back or being able to control what people say about us, because it doesn't matter if you
can't
sleep with...
control that.
No, you can't control that, but ultimately it is shocking that a man can sleep with 20 people and be high-fived and be told he's amazing, and a woman sleeps with 20 people and is called a slut, called a whore, and is told that she is not of the same value, and that's disgusting.
And that comes from both sides. I think that comes from women as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is even worse. It's kind of like, let's stick together.
It's the same as well, because I said this to you before. This is a point I made, that it's like a lot of the time that women will hold themselves back, and this goes out. But yeah, if you think about it, that's the way that it's been painted for so long. Mm-hmm. So you assume that women are going to be dicks about situations, or you assume that if a woman's on a period, she's going to be completely unreasonable and a total fucking nightmare, which can be the case. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's not as fucking
Jordan's in trouble, everybody.
Hellfire. It's not as hellfire and brimstones as it was made it be. There's a lot of things that I used to say and joke about, and like, Megan's quite intelligent, for anyone who hasn't noticed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I've been sat down, there's been diagrams, there's been projectors and slides. Why I'm
laser
wrong.
pointers.
There's a book called Why We Should All Be Feminists, and when I'm naughty I have to sit in the corner and read it, and it's fun, you know. Like,
yeah, but last time you were here, you said a feminist is someone who thinks that women should have equal rights as
Yeah, that's literally it.
Cool. Yeah,
The
we're
thing
all
is,
feminists here.
But the thing is feminism's great for men as well, because not only is the kind of patriarchal society that we live in detrimental to women, it's incredibly detrimental to men as well, because that's where we get toxic masculinity. That's where we get men who aren't able to express their feelings, who aren't able to talk about mental health problems.
It wasn't until I went and actually got help with my own self that I actually managed to understand, and like a lot of the negative things that I saw myself as, or like preconceptions I had of what I should be.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I actually went and spoke to someone that I realised that's really quite fucking damaging.
Yeah.
And it's really not even in aspects you would understand, but just in your day-to-day life, how you carry yourself, how you look at situations or react to certain situations based on how you think you should, regardless of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You almost think that I have to act this way to...
But you can see it I think it's becoming so much more apparent, and maybe it's not because of Twitter or anything like it, but it's because we have so much access to information. But you can see it in the way that men who claim they are involuntarily celibate drive a car into women in Toronto. It's why boys who are told no so many times by girls in schools take a gun into school and shoot other kids to get back at them, because they've been told no, because boys and men don't understand what no necessarily means in the same way. I think they think that sex is a given right. They think that women's bodies are a given right. And I'm not saying every single guy. I'm not painting you all with the same brush. But, you know, if you ask any guy what to do when a girl tells him no when he's asked her out, he goes, oh, she likes a chase. No woman likes a chase. Leave women fucking alone if they tell you no.
Women hate it when I chase.
They do.
they
Worked on me though, baby.
They're all faster than me anyway, so I can't.
You weren't fast enough.
I wasn't. Damn asthma. But it is kind of the case that it is becoming so clear that men, not all men, but men don't understand what no means. Yeah. And I think all that, it's becoming more apparent with Twitter. So yeah, ultimately, to get back to point, love the slut walk. Love it.
Yes, the slut walk. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with any of this stuff. Like, people will just go off on Twitter. I hate that we're bashing Twitter because I love Twitter. Not bashing it, but we're talking about it.
Twitter's awful but amazing. And
this is what I said in the comedy thing. I was like, Twitter's great because you can see your friends and your family's tweets.
But then also Nazis.
Next to Nazis. Next
it's
to
great.
this racist thing. You just shout on my joke. Can I get through my punchline? The joke was you could see your friends and family's tweets next to porn, right next to the most racist thing.
Do you know, I never see porn on my Twitter. Clearly, I've got a very different.
I follow a lot of weird stuff. No, I follow people that like use it in a joking way.
Yeah.
Probably. That's
can I talk about something that Twitter? We'll wrap that bit up. Something that Twitter brought to my attention this week. So, even someone who's probably having a rougher week than Asia Argento is a UFC fighter called Bryce Mitchell.
Oh my goodness.
What's the goalie doing?
What's the goalie doing?
What's the goalie doing, Tom? What's the goalie doing, Tom? What's the goalie doing, Tom? It's the football news.
Sports chat started, so I'm going to go pet the dog.
No, just you might want to hear this. Well, we just chuck sports in here. Sports. Done. Have you got it up, Mike? You had it up earlier.
I should read you the
story here. Yeah, please.
He's not getting it up. Hi-oh.
I need Matt hit it up.
UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell drilled his nuts apart.
Wait, right.
So,
Okay, with an actual physical, like a.
his
you have
Facebook
it?
I'm
post starts.
confused.
Okay.
So I was going to train today, but I ripped my nutsack in half.
I'm about to get stitched up. I was holding a board over my head with a drill in my pants. Okay.
Oh,
That's not smart.
Right.
Fucking cowboy,
So I'm
like,
con-
he's packing heat.
I'm confused about the physics of this.
so basically, what happened? So he had the board above his head, and he had his drill in his shorts like a gun, and he's obviously moved something, and it's so it's twisted his nutsack up. But
The kicker.
the kicker is, if someone could read that out, because I read it once and still I'm suffering for it.
I'm not sure what part you're talking about, but it says, hold on, about the drill hold my pants. I was sizing up the board, and the drill went off and tangled my nuts up in it. Oh my goodness. That is horrendous.
Yeah. And right in between, perfectly right in between the balls as well. So it like wrapped up his fucking scrotum like that, and the ball was still going round. And then it went,
Can I just say, as a woman, I'm super chill about this entire conversation.
Here's the next best part about it. He's like, obviously I can't post a picture, but when my nuts are sealed back up, I'm a come and train again. So
It's not even that, it's the bit where he says that he put it on reverse and untangled them.
I was going to say, would you not just put it in reverse?
Yeah, but the thing is, you wouldn't just put it in reverse, you'd be like... It's like if you won't know this, but I don't know if the guys was. You ever got your balls caught in your zipper?
No, I don't think I had. Oh no, when I was younger and I had the zipper up onesies, yes, I did.
Oh man, I remember this was I can't remember what it was, but it was a party at the Tulloch Institute, and I might have had a few. Actually, I probably didn't even have a few. I just wasn't paying attention because you just think it's the thing you do, and I just went to zip it back, and I felt like a wee sting, and there was just the littlest bit of ball sack sticking through the zip of the teeth, and there's no other way than down. And you don't just whip it down; you have to sort of like
Gotta get yourself psyched up.
and then it might be the tiniest bit of flesh, but I can still feel it. Still,
Zippers are bad for that area, right?
yeah,
Thank God for the button fly.
I'm a button guy.
When you think penis, you think interlocking metal teeth, right? That's the first thing you think. Like, oh, let's grab onto everything. Right?
Now, I can imagine that's very painful, don't get me wrong, but I'm a woman, we get waxed and everything like it.
Hey, there's nothing voluntary.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong, what I do is voluntary, but...
Yeah. You guys are tougher than we are. I'm
you
okay
are.
to admit that.
No, I'm going to have to just say, I'm going to have to stop there. There's no way getting waxed it'd be sorer than.
Oh no, that.
I thought that's what you meant.
No. I meant the little nick. I'm sure it's very, very painful, and I'm not, but it just doesn't have that much of an effect because, like, every 6 weeks.
Mentally,
I don't know, man.
Mentally, physically.
That's soft skin down there.
Yeah.
Getting the hair yanked out of it. Maybe if it's short at the moment, but if it's like a little long.
Remember what I talked about when like birds going commando and that a few weeks back? It'd be like if a bird's going commando and her jeans on and. But the external area, I don't know what.
You never go commando in jeans, leggings, and long skirts only.
Oh, there's rules to this shit.
Yeah, no, right. I
Of course
all
there is.
this shit.
Of course there is. Or particularly fitted dresses, it'd be really obvious you've got underwear on.
But it could happen.
Yeah. Well, it depends how far down your zip's going.
Just try it. We'll get back to
Awesome sports.
Okay, I'll just be sitting there like furiously undoing and undoing a zip just to be like, right, it's going to happen yet.
Jordan! I was like, yep, prepare yourself. Oh man, that Bryce Mitchell, you might never listen to this, you probably won't, but God be with you.
We'll tag him in this.
There's a picture of his bockies afterwards, so it's like a fucking crime scene.
Oh, mama.
Oh, that's no
You
good.
see that? I'm trying to.
Yeah,
You know what?
I'm a girl. Nothing that scary about that.
I'm gonna dive in and have a hot take right now. I'm kind of glad that he got his nuts drilled because he does need to procreate. He does not.
Yeah, that's
No.
again. That's another one of those things on the internet is that why women live longer than men.
Yes, and
Like-
that is one of them.
I can't ever think why I would like put anything that close
you just-
to my junk.
Just get a table.
Yeah,
Just nearby.
set it on the floor.
Even if, the thing is, if you need to stay, just put something beside you. If you need to stay extended and hold it up or whatever, just put something beside you that you can easily grab it.
You wouldn't think to do that.
Yeah, I just.
But you wouldn't think to grab a table, you'd just think, right, let's put it straight in the trousers.
Oh my god.
Hell no.
It's silly.
Hell no.
And if you're going to put it straight in the trousers, don't put it drill first. Surely you put the big
I
power
get scared
pack
if
in.
my phone's in my front pocket for too long.
Nah, I'm something like that either. Sometimes I drive and I leave it between my legs when I drive, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want that. It's
That's
probably
bad times.
radiating and
Poor Bryce
killing all
Mitchell.
the rest of the sperm I have left. Well, 3 of them.
I don't know what's going on. Poor Batson boss anyway.
Any other sport? This was weird. This was UFC fighter, so that's
Yeah.
fine. We can. Any other sports topics here?
Oh shit! I don't even know how Celtic got on tonight.
I do.
They were.
They drew 1-1.
You're joking.
Who against?
Sudova.
Why do I ask?
And, obviously, Rangers were just wrapping up. They were 1-0 when I last checked, and it finished 1-0.
There you go, boys.
What was the times of scoring?
What for Celtic?
Aye.
I think was it Lustig? I think so. Scored after 3 minutes. I think.
Lustig when they started.
No, it wasn't. It was Nitcham.
The champ.
Nitcham, yeah. But that was 3 minutes in. But then they equalised in the 13th minute. And the top of the BBC line says Celtic's defensive difficulties were exposed again. It's a battle to a 1-1 draw with the
I'm telling you,
champions.
this is it. I'm not going to sleep the night before the Celtic Rangers game. I'm not.
You worried?
You know what it is, man? It's like
Because they've got some boys like 7 foot.
plays the flute. Aye.
Is that this laughing guy?
Yeah, kind of laugh. The thing is, right, midfield and attack, Celtic have the best front line in Scotland, without a doubt. Depth-wise and skill-wise, I reckon we have the best front line in the country.
Okay.
Defensively, we are pish. Like, utter. Apart from Kieran Tierney and the boy Gamboa, but our centre-half game right now is atrocious.
Gamboa.
And it fucking scares, because don't get me wrong, I have loved the banter years. That has been some of my favourite shit. I've loved the fact that we've pumped Rangers for the last 10 games in a row, but I've known there was going to come a time where it was going to get close again. And don't get me wrong, I could be completely wrong, and I could have just be completely
I'll pull up some podcasts from the end of last season. Just when I listen back to this and I edit it, and that will make me go and listen to some ones. We'll just see what you were saying at the end of the season.
Look, I grew up in the 90s, right, when Rangers won fucking everything. Celtic did not have a pot to piss in.
Oh, shut up.
I swear to God, man, I grew up in a street full of Rangers fans. I used to get the shit out of me all the time. So see this, I love it. I'm biased, don't get me wrong. I love Father Lennon because we've had 2 almost perfect seasons.
Celtic podcast is starting.
2 seasons of near perfection football in the SBL. So I'm not nervous. I still don't see us dropping many points. So all officials are Rangers fans.
Okay.
Yeah. Stevie Gerrard's telling folk to tackle now. Do you know what I mean? It's the favourite. This was their chance to win a game.
Yeah.
Because they've been on a decent run of form. But that's been happening the last 2 or 3 times Celtic have played Rangers and we're fucking spanked.
Jordan's sweating right now.
Man, it's
New season to reflect. I just worried in that chair.
And this is what's annoying me because I've been trying my fucking hardest to not buy into the press that have been really pro Rangers right now.
You've just been on Twitter too much.
I have been. I really have been.
Twitter's a cesspool.
Just stop following football accounts.
But that's what I'm saying. And like, the thing is, I get nervous before most Old Firm games, regardless, even if we are going to pump them. So the thing is, it might be good because it might be a back and forward, but I've been that used to being relaxed about Old Firm games.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a little while to get used to getting the fear back into me.
But surely that's a good thing. Like, I can't understand.
Yeah, it is
If you're-
good.
Right, so, I mean, I'm not really into sports. I will watch a competitive baking programme. Like, yes, ice that cake stressfully. Brilliant. But I don't really... I'm not a big sports person. I like the NFL. That was quite good, getting into that last year and everything like it. I like ice hockey. That's quite fun because people beat the shit out of each other. But other than that, like, But surely you want to watch something where you're stressed. Because I remember watching the Super Bowl and, like, obviously I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And it was so stressful at points and it was brilliant and that's what I enjoyed. Surely there's nothing good about watching a game and being like, yeah, we're going to beat them. This is amazing. So many goals. Like, that just sounds boring.
It does. It's not so much boring because it's the atmosphere and it was the patter, but it's been that long since there has been stakes. Because, and the thing is, I genuinely don't believe that we have dropped that much in ability.
Yeah.
And they have jumped that much up because the gulf over the last few seasons has been
enormous.
huge.
Yeah.
Why not? No, Jordan. I mean,
That's what I could be wrong,
good to
I could be
have
right,
it.
but yeah, I would just it's going to
bringing
be.
in a few, better quality players than what you had before, along with, good quality coaching. You've got the fans behind you. It's a full house every week. There's nothing to, suggest that they haven't improved. And then with the momentum from the fans and all the crap on Twitter and all the stuff, that momentum's a funny thing in sport, man.
It
You
is.
don't necessarily need to be the
You
best.
can't quantify. That's
See,
the
after
thing.
speaking to you guys, I feel sick. I feel ill right now. Like,
Whoever
I
has-
kind of like this. I like this. You being uncomfortable.
man, like-
You were so smug.
I was.
First, I think it's 37 podcasts.
You know what? I would do it all over again because it was just, it was succulent. See the misery and the salty goodness of the
Right, we've got
fans.
Rangers fans that listen to the podcast too.
I know.
And they'd say the exact same thing, but yeah, no, like it'll be good, and like you'll get to see because you've never seen.
When is it?
Week on Sunday.
Ooh, I can't
2
wait.
weeks on Sunday, I think.
I'm going to go stay at my parents'.
I cannot wait.
2nd of September.
So is it a week on Sunday?
I feel you've pushed me into being like a Rangers supporter here. I don't want to support the Rangers.
The Rangers, nice. You got your Rangers top. You're a Cherries boy, eh? But no, like it'll be good. I think you're right. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. If we get beat, it's going to take a bit of getting used to.
It'll be hilarious too. Twitter will be hilarious that
And
night.
I'm not going to lie, I love you and I love you, but like, it would be kind of funny. It's getting to that point.
The thing is, we've only ever been together when Celtic have been riding high. So you've never seen me when like the night before. When it used to be the night before, I'd be up for hours. I'd have a shocking sleep. I'd barely say a word before kick-off.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, it's.
I would love to be that passionate about anything, but like, I just don't get. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand being that stressed about something.
And it's ridiculous. It is, and like I know it is, but it is so deeply ingrained in me that I can't help it. It is something that I have.
You know what
See,
was...
sorry, mate. Just you guys were all talking about superstitions and all that earlier. I didn't believe in any of that shit. What it actually is becomes a force of habit. So your feelings and emotions before the game, again, it's a force of habit. Even though you're flying high and pumping them, even when they were down in League 2. Do you know what I mean? If an Old Firm game came up, say in the League Cup or whatever, like it did a couple of years back, you'd still be nervous before that game.
Yeah.
Even though you knew you were going to pump them.
It's just like the nerves have reduced over the last couple of years, but this is the first time since they beat us in this cup semi-final, quarter-final, 5 years ago. Ronnie Tyler,
Long time ago that now, eh?
like
Cash
that.
it back.
That was the last time that I've properly been nervous for it. So yeah, it might be welcome to get a bit of chase back into it, but
Definitely will be.
Christ, man,
I used to be the same way with the Giants. Like, I used to be so annoyed when they lost. And then you know what the cure is for all that shit? Having a terrible season like they had last year. Because then you're like, you know what? I don't really care what happens because I know they're going to lose the rest of the season. So I'm going to just sit back. I'm just going to enjoy American football for what it is. And then that's it.
my old man always says to me is that whenever Celtic get beat, is that who else are you going to support?
Yeah.
That always kind of comes in like, doesn't matter if they lose or not. Can I just start bringing some? I tried to bet Mike on American football and he shite bagged it.
Oh, what? The Jet and Giant game?
Yeah.
It's pre-season. What's the
No, I
pre-season?
mean in the season.
They're not playing this year, are they?
Did they not play this year?
They might. Oh, let's check it out. If they're playing this year, I'll
If they're
play it.
playing.
I'm confident in my boys this year. What's on the line? What are the stakes?
Oh, I thought. See, you have to do something good.
They play every 4 years, so I don't think they play the
Right.
Dolphins this
Okay.
year.
Right. I'll put my stakes on the table, and we have to come up with something for Mike to do. So, right, we want to make money, but if
No, they don't play this year.
they don't play this year.
No.
Never mind.
What were we going to say then?
We'll put it on the Old Firm. We'll do something on the Old Firm.
Okay, yeah.
Right, okay, so we have to figure. So I can say what my stakes will be.
Okay.
Straight off. If Rangers win, I will do an entire podcast wearing your Rangers shirt.
Yeah, all right.
But we need to come. I'll only do it if we come up with something equally as painful for you to do.
Okay, if you guys can't think of it, then we should leave it up to the listeners. Why don't we have the
You got a
listeners?
Jet shirt.
I do.
If Rangers lose, because he's not really that big a Rangers fan.
That's
I don't
true.
think he means that
If
much.
Rangers lose, then Mike has to do the
wear the
entire
Jets
podcast.
Not fair.
Okay, that's fair.
Right,
There you
and
go.
then I've got an idea for a further one after that.
Okay.
So, what the fuck? This is just going to make. this would be good for people to listen. So, if Rangers finish higher in the league than Celtic this year,
Okay.
we have to do the same odds stakes. However, it has to be for an entire month
Of
of
podcasts.
podcasts
Oh, okay.
that we have to do in those outfits.
This is hurting you more than it is hurting
Yeah.
me. But
And actually, I know we need to come up with better stakes for Mike, because I know that
Yeah.
will break my heart and my dad would disown me. But
photos every single
Oh
week of
yeah,
you in
so many
Rangers gear.
pictures. I'll get one blown up and done on
Yeah.
a canvas. We can put it in the living room.
Turning in his grave even though he's no dead.
Who'd you say that
I
about?
like Papa Paz.
Dad,
It pops out a bit.
Paul was like, what the fuck? So last week, I said I was watching Last Chance U. I have been obsessed with it. I'm pretty much on the last season now. It's so good.
I've not watched the new season actually. I even think you'd like it, Chuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good. Like there's a lot of sports in it. They don't get too technical with the football stuff.
It's more game stuff, isn't it? So it's not.
Yeah, but it's all about like life too. It's just about life. And one thing
You
that
know what we're talking about.
I stopped listening for the beginning of the conversation. I was
okay.
thinking about other stuff.
Basically, what it is Last Chance U is a documentary series on Netflix about a third division college in America. JUCO college. And basically, what it is they take players who have played in Division 1 and 2 college in America, but have been chucked out for attitude problems, like drugs, just like the down and outs basically. But these are like amazing players, but they just don't have the dedication to continue. So what they do is they take them into this football program. So they like smash the league a lot because these players are amazing, but they have like a program within the school to try and help them improve and get their grades up and make them functioning members of society. So it's based on that, and it is really, the first series is amazing. It's really good, and it just goes through the entire season. There's been a second season come out, and that's what Mike's talking about now.
Okay.
Just give you a little bit of background.
So there was part of the game. Did you see the one with the fight? Where they got to fight and then they got suspended.
The end of
spoiler alert.
the
bro.
end of the first season.
Yes.
Yes.
So I kind of felt, and I'll ask you guys what you think. I kind of felt bad that I kind of was on the coach's side at first. I was like, they warned you this was going to happen all week. They told you that the guys were going to try and get you to fight. They got into the game and they got you to fight and you just got thrown out. I was like, you deserve it. But then after listening to the guys talk a little bit, I was kind of like, even if it wasn't even that, if I saw you like in the green room or something getting stomped out by like 20 guys, and then but Megan was like, Mike, I know this is going to, before we go out, I know it's going to happen, but we're going on anyway. Don't go over there and help. I can't not go over there and help out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree. It's the team mentality, and it
do you think that they were justified in going on there to help their brother on the field? Or
I think, and this happened in. I remember years ago when I was playing amateur football, we played against a team from Dundee, and you could tell from the start this team were out for a row. They weren't technically great, but they were just chopping folk down.
Yeah.
And the manager at halftime was like, "Do not fucking rise to it. We have this game in the bag. Don't rise to it." And they were booting lumps at our keeper. They were elbowing our keeper at corners. Like he was taking a beating.
Yeah.
And so the ball sort of bounced, and it was a nothing ball, and it bounced in the keeper's arm, and like the striker sort of pretended to jump, like to try and head it, but he didn't, and then he just fucking threw a leg out, studs up to get in our keeper. Our keeper moved out the way, snapped, and as the boy was on the deck, just booted the boy clean in the stomach.
Oh,
so like 3 of their midfielders just bolted on and started going for our keeper, so we all fucking ran on. Because like, it was one of our players was getting stomped on by 4 different people.
Yeah.
So like I ran off the bench and just went fucking through someone, and it just kicks off, and it is silly and it is stupid, but at the same time I would agree, if I seen any of my mates in a situation that I didn't think they were handling, then I would be in there with a second thought.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to preach all that like family shit in the locker room and before games, and then when you see a member of your family getting hurt, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna want to help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I understand from the coaching point of view, it's kind of like with anything. I've told you this 1,000 times, and I want you to do what I say on the field, or I'm gonna get angry. But then they see that, and then they're like, okay, well, you can't do that now. You know what I mean? Like, you have to shut that off.
That would be the most, because I remember watching it. I remember agreeing with the coaches. Like, just know in your head that it's going to happen. But then you know yourself when you're on the pitch.
It's tough,
and it gets. And the thing I like about American football is that as heated as everything ever got, because it's such a contact sport, it was very rarely any physical, like any sort of altercations outside of the play.
Yeah.
Because if you're frustrated about the guy in front of you, if you just wait until the ball's in play, you can hit that person.
And you're probably tired by that point.
Yeah,
anyway,
because
when the fight kicks off.
the one time I ever seen anything was a guy, I can't remember who was he playing for. Maybe Newcastle. Or was it Carl? I don't know what it was. Like, he tackled a running back and he said something, and the running back just laughed at him or said something back to him, and the guy headbutted him and instantly was sent off. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like you say, it was just a bump in a helmet, so there's no actual damage done. But as soon as he done it, I running back, I was like, you fucking idiot, because the ref was right there, and they literally do not tolerate that. If there is unsportsmanlike contact outside of an actual play, you're not getting back on the pitch. That's it. It's game over.
What happens if you get red carded as such in American football? You get ejected. You just bring somebody in else on to play their position.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Why?
Because you should be a man down.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. If you're going to cause violence on the field, then yeah, your position should be empty.
No, well, irrespective of whatever the offence is,
Yeah.
if you're ejected from the game, I don't think you should be able then to substitute somebody else on in their position.
I think in a game like American football,
American sports don't do that for some reason.
Well,
if you get ejected, they can.
well, I know in hockey when they get sin bin, they're not allowed to make a sub while that person
Oh, yeah,
is in the bin. But I think in American football it's different with the likes of European football, because European football you can make allowances in cover positions, whereas American football, if the defence loses one player, then they're going to get absolute. I just think it would take away from
the defence loses one player. It's exactly the same in football.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just wonder. I just thought about it.
I don't. It's going to sound weird because I just said I like hockey because they beat the shit out of each other. Like, see when it's a game where it is like a contact sport. I get that, but I don't understand why people playing a sport feel the need to be violent outside of what the actual game entails. Like, I don't get that.
He just told you he gets nervous before watching.
Oh no, totally. But like, it's a different thing than actually being physically violent. Like, I don't get that.
Look at the rugby boys. So once you're down in that ruck, then you kid yourself that they've not got arms and they're nipping you right out of the arms.
And that was American football too.
Every dirty
I remember
grabbing your bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Biting.
I remember rolling.
But it's trying to do anything to get an advantage over your opponent, because it's those tiny margins at the highest level.
We don't think of it that way because we're just spectators. But when you're on the pitch, if you know, say for instance, I'm a striker, and I know for a fact that the centre back that I'm going up against has a bad temper.
He gets wound up if you talk about his ma, his sister.
If you're just in his ear,
I just think that's such a shit move.
But that's what it's a shit house move. But it's what you do
to gain the advantage.
To gain an advantage. And if I can go chip away in his ear the whole game, and he kicks out of me, and his team's down to 10 men, I've done my job.
It's like
that's his fault. You will control himself.
You will always see if a striker or a football player wins a penalty. Regardless of whether they've dove or whatever, if they win a penalty, they will get high-fived by their team because they've got themselves in a position where the defenders had to make an illegal challenge, and then they have won their team the opportunity to score a penalty. I mean, so it's tactics. It is about winning, and I suppose that's the difference between us and professional athletes. They have that competitive edge. They have that drive to win.
I just think it's all dick moves.
That's just it.
Whatever it takes.
It was the exact same when the World Cup was on, though, and every single time someone dove, I just thought, like, what the fuck is the point in this? Like, what are you doing? You're acting like children.
I understand, like, the mental aspect, like, it's like Conor McGregor doesn't fight all the time. If you can weaken your opponent
in any way,
by getting them angry, because some people say they play better when they're angry. I don't, because you lose the edge. You don't actually think about what you're doing. You lash out. And that's just a natural emotion. So if you can take a defender who is very good at it, but you know for a fact they have a temper, and you can exploit that weakness, then you're going to exploit that weakness because it will give you the advantage. You know what I mean? It's shit as you say, I want this guy to play his best, and then that way we might lose. No. You're going to say, I'm going to play my best, and I'm going to do my best to wind him up, and then we might win. Will give us the extra edge.
I always wish I was one of those guys that talk shit and could like needed to talk shit to be good, to play well. But anytime I talk shit, I got killed. I just kept quiet.
I always found it better to be funny. That's where I've always in it, and it was like that guy in Northumberland. He was trying to be aggressive. So I was like, "Are you alright, sweetheart?" And it completely caught him off guard, and then he got nailed, and that was it. So I've never been a mean character. Oh, I'm so hungry. Grr. How's that?
Hot.
Moister than an oyster.
I wish
Hey,
in the show
you're
was interesting.
disgusting.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but besides that, that's the only sports. I haven't watched as much football as I'd like to. I've been keeping up with Bournemouth a little bit, but I've kind of fallen off.
I didn't realise that the holy goalie plays for Bournemouth.
Who's that?
Arthur Boric.
Ah, why is he the holy goalie?
Well, he used to be a former Celtic player, and before every game, what he would do is before every game,
All of them.
Celtic are famous for doing the huddle before the match. So before the game kicks off, the whole team get in a huddle, and it's a thing.
Yeah.
But he would always bless himself in front of the goal before each half.
Yeah.
And because of all the Catholics, Protestant connotations come out of Rangers game, Rangers fans used to fucking hate it. It used to drive them mental. So I remember one game when it was at the height of being a big issue.
Yeah.
What happened was they ran out the pitch for an Old Firm game, and where the Celtic end was, the Rangers fans were sort of right behind that goal. So what they did was the 10 other players formed the huddle and left a gap for Arthur Boric, and he ran down, blessed himself. Like 3/4 of Celtic Park went absolutely bananas, and the other fans just started going mental. And he was one of those players on your team that really buys into the spirit.
Yeah.
So like you love to have him on your team, but like everyone else hates him.
Like Lennon.
Yeah, like Lennon or Scott Brown.
Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos or Kyle Lafferty or Nacho Novo. I mean, these are guys who epitomised your team. So anyone apart from his supporters would hate him. And Arthur Boric was just amazing. And my favourite moment was a penalty shootout. He scored an absolute peach. Was it against Dundee United? Or was it? It was a European game. But when they go around the penalty shootout, when it gets to the very end, the keepers have to take penalties. Once, like, if everyone else has went and it's still a draw, then rarely the keepers will then take the penalties.
Yeah.
It was against Dundee United.
And was it? And he stepped up and he scored an absolute rocket right into the top of the net, like an absolute pro.
Rocket.
A rocket. We don't have any Braw Or Naws this week.
I have two.
Oh, do you?
Normally, yeah, Andy sent me one. Well, he sent one to the email basket.
Yeah.
And I put one in there. But is it time for Braw Or Naw?
Braw or Naw. Braw or Naw. Braw or Naw.
Yes.
So I'll read Andy's first.
This was a long-winded one, actually. I forgot he sent us that email.
It was. He sent this one like anyone's actually going to be like, oh yeah, bro, yeah, cool. He says, there's a guy in the same work building as me that uses the middle of 3 urinals available when visiting the restroom. Every time I go in there, he's there, Legs Akimbo. One of my favorite comedians is Legs Akimbo. It's a good good athlete name. Legs Akimbo, down the sideline, touchdown. Legs
I
Akimbo.
can only imagine him just like, is he just standing like that?
That is Legs Akimbo, yeah.
Just twerk position.
Legs akimbo with a free urinal either side. I always opt to use a stall as I adopt the at least one clear urinal on either side unless one side is the wall rule.
Yeah.
Simple question is this: using the middle of 3 urinals, Braw or Naw?
See, I've always assumed that it was just a given that you don't use the middle urinal.
You give a space.
Unless there is no other available room.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to clarify the reason why I agree with that. It's not because, oh, he's got his wee-wee out and I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? It's just because, like, some people have a wide carriage.
There's no
wide
space,
berth. You know what I mean? We don't need to be foot to foot if we're peeing. You know what I mean? It's tough at work because they have, like, think of like a square and north, south, east, west. There's 2 urinals in the north and then there's 2 on the east, right? And it's really tough, but there's basically 3 because on the east urinals there is one of those hand things.
Yeah,
we slip the thing in, and it gets mighty drafty in there. If someone is washing their hands and drying their hands, and you're peeing near it, so
That seems unhygienic anyway to have a hand dryer right next to urinal. I don't understand that.
So I never use that one. So I go in there. Sometimes you got to sidle up next to some dude that you share.
Yeah, unless it's avoidable, but like you say, it's more of a personal space thing. Like, because I adopt the eyes front.
Yeah.
Or if you're talking to your pal, it's a straight
Yeah.
Head straight, eyes not
So you
there.
don't like both stare at each other's peens and just kind of or chat
You
about
don't play
it?
swords? I play swords all the time.
There's nothing better than crossing swords. Yeah, that's for close friends. You don't. You just go up there and like, "Hey, buddy."
I've tried that. I got a black eye. Well, you know what also is gross? We're talking about urinals. Like, guys wiping boogers on the wall on a urinal.
Man.
Men are the worst people on the earth. I'm convinced we're the worst.
Oh, we
creatures on the earth.
suck. We're awful.
We're terrible people.
Men are trash.
Yeah.
Was
also in the stand-up.
Back to Andy's point. So I'm going to say no.
You're gonna say no, but
It's just good etiquette. If there is a space available,
Yes.
you take it. So it's a no from me.
I'm going no as well.
Andy, Matt.
So I'm not giving a fuck, mate. Like, bottom line,
Andy's just whipping out his dong.
fucking no. Listen, man. Boils down to this. I'm in there to take a fucking piss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not really bothered where I'm doing it. You know what one's available. If anyone's there, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just going in there, take a piss, and get out.
Okay.
So I never really thought about it, and to be honest, it doesn't really bother me because I'm not standing there going, well, there's somebody next to me. That makes me
Are
uncomfortable.
you just looking like that? Yeah, look if you want, but
No, I'm just
I'm not
like,
any height.
I'm just like,
Take
there's
a
somebody in
picture,
the middle
it'll last
one,
longer.
and then I'm going on the side of them.
So you're going to say, bro?
Not even bothered, mate.
It's not an answer.
Bro, no,
I just
don't
say-
even bother
just say
me.
bros.
Megan, if you had a penis, what would you do?
See, I'm kind of indifferent to this because on nights out, without even that much alcohol, I'm in the same cubicle as one of my pals because otherwise it would stop the conversation dead to go pee. So we just
God
in the same
forbid.
cubicle. So
That's
God
it.
forbid. The conversation is more important than the peeing.
Did you not sometimes have women's toilets where there are two toilets?
Yes, they do.
That's
They
smart.
understand us.
You know
That's
what I-
smart.
They have a little shelf for your drinks too,
You
usually.
know what really upset me once is finding out that in Wetherspoons in Perth, in the men's toilets, the window was frosted and it is a bathroom. In the women's toilets, the window was unfrosted and they have a sofa.
Well, we don't anymore, but we used to. So, like on nights out, you get 2 drinks before you went up to the loo because you go up, pee, have a drink, sit in the couches, have a conversation, make friends with everyone in the toilet because that's what you do. That's where you make your best friends in the world that you never speak to again, and then usually pee again and then come back downstairs for your second drink.
Imagine going down the stairs to order food and the guy's like, what's the table number? You're like, the couch up in the fucking ladies' bunk, mate. See you up
Bring
there.
my fucking cheese sticks up there, buddy.
Grab yourself some more drinks and head back up there on it. It's just like a kitchen party, but in the toilet.
Honestly, the chats you have with girls in bathrooms is amazing. That is where you meet, like, they'll just come up and compliment. Like, girls are amazing. I remember being in the ice factory one night, it was like Halloween and I was dressed as a cowboy and had a little crop top on, and this woman came up and just started stroking my tummy. And she was like, how did you get that? That's amazing. I was like, alright.
But when I do it,
Stroking some guy's abs in the loft. He punched me in the nose.
Great. Like, honestly, you need like an ego boost. Just go into, not you guys,
That's what I said.
but as a woman, go into the women's
I've
bathroom.
heard this is the place to be. Get out. Alright, okay.
Take your shirt off.
So you just hit the bogs, man. You're getting hustled by some guys trying to scoosh you full of cool water and fucking
No splash,
drip
no
and
gash.
all that kind
Here's
of shit.
another one. Braw or Naw, the guy in the bathroom that... No, not the guy. But using cologne in the bathrooms at a club or a bar.
See,
Bro,
usually,
it's,
man.
oh mate, it's handy. See if you're trying to get in a bit of bird or that.
Especially, man, see if it's like in the middle, if it's the middle of the summer and obviously like, you're dressing your finery, and finery usually isn't the lightest of gear. So if you've been out cutting your shapes on the dance floor, you go for a slash, and that guy's got a fucking bottle of right guard there, and you need that just to kind of...
Okay, no, deodorant is different. I'm saying like...
After...
just cologne or aftershave.
See what?
That's bro.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
But I see, I'm prepared on the way out of the house. I got the cologne
Yeah, the
on.
way I see it, man.
Oh yeah, but you get stinky midnight.
Mate, it's a top up, bro.
Top up, but what if it clashes with what
That's
you're
what I'm
wearing?
saying.
You don't go for it. You only go for it
One
if it
guy
goes
said
well.
to me, the guy used to do the zoo, he would just go, no splash, no gash. 2 on the shoulders, 1 under the balls, and you're off to go.
I
But I think it's as
know
well,
if he was.
the way I
don't know
always
if
seen
he
it
was
as
doing
well
it
is
right.
like, this guy's just trying to make a couple of quid.
Yeah.
So if I've got $3 in my pocket, I'm
Which you
going
do.
to chuck it in his...
I'm not giving $3. Fuck that, man.
Apparently, inflation has come into this because if you get a bit of chewing gum, 1 bit of chewing gum in a loft, it's like 1 or 2 quid now.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Man, I sometimes even just give him a quid if I didn't want it, and I'm like, there you go, mate. Can you obviously... This is not where you thought you would be in your life, so I'm going to... There's a buck.
Who knows? Maybe
I'm
he,
gonna go
maybe he
Braw.
just does that. He owns a software company in
casual
somewhere in
Saturday
England.
night.
He drives up to Perth and he hangs out in.
Could be, mate. I bet you make a decent amount of candy doing that, actually.
There's probably somebody that throws you a
I wonder how many
tenner.
kids are then. Yeah, I've never seen it happen, but you wonder how many folk are in there who probably just try to go, oh, what's that, mate? Bosh. Then grab it.
Well, they do the same thing they all do is just take some of the cash out every so often so you can't grab it all.
Yeah, just leave some there so you know where to put it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Braw. I'm going to
Okay.
say Braw for the bids and the bogs.
Yeah, bra for middle urinals, bra for the guy squishing you in the bogs. It's just
Andy's gonna
it's just
fuck.
an all-round good day in the toilet.
Bra for double toilets and women's. Bra.
Am I using this right? Is Andy Heaton?
He's heeding.
He's Heaton. There you go. All
Even for
right.
that, mate.
Still shouldn't use it though.
I'm Scottish, mate.
Oh, honey,
Is that
no.
Anyway, I'm gonna say no. Like, have your own cologne, stick to your own scent.
Well, usually you get the same scent. If I'm wearing something, we'll go out.
If you see it there,
Yeah, I'll get
Okay.
that.
Let your
Yeah.
pheromones carry you if you're on the hunt.
I'd never go out wearing
how do you
cool water
know?
and then mix up with a kudos halfway through or
Okay,
something
yeah.
like that.
I'm not going from blue
Completely
jeans to
different
jupe, you know what I mean? I'm not a fucking savage.
All
Right, yeah, you said you had one as well, Mike.
Yeah, so I had just was going to talk about waffles and pancakes, but waffles instead of pancakes.
You have to bring up pancakes when she's here.
Why?
Because we had that fallout before, remember?
No, I don't.
Remember I said I'll eat my granny's pancakes?
Oh,
You fucking knew.
I
You
did not
knew.
know, but this makes this even better.
I'm
No,
sure you apologised for this last time.
I did, but she
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, I'm still super mad about it.
Yeah, she said
she
this
holds
like,
it
what are
right.
you talking about, Jordan? Yeah.
She does that all the time anyway.
yeah. So like breakfast waffles over pancakes, bra or not?
No.
Nah, it's
No?
pancakes all day, bro.
Yeah, you guys
All
like
day.
your savory waffles, don't you?
I don't mind. Oh, Bub's Eye potato waffles.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You can have them on a brekkie though.
No,
No.
That and some turkey dinosaurs with a bit of beans. Amazing.
You know you can put those in the toaster? Someone told me the other day.
Yeah, but don't.
No?
Nah. Grill them or oven them.
Yeah, but don't.
So what is this bra or no then? Is it
Pancakes.
Pancakes instead of waffles. Or would you choose
Or
pancakes
waffles
at
instead
any-
of...
I'm sorry, yeah, you're
Yeah.
This
right.
isn't even a bra, no, this is just an if or but.
If or but, yeah.
No, pancakes.
Pancakes all day.
We'll choose waffles over pancakes?
I like a big Belgian waffle.
But like that to me is like a post-dinner pudding.
You know, like a pancake.
Like that's not a breakfast food.
I would put like, it
man.
can go as both.
No, you're funny, man. Americans put syrup over their breakfast, though. That's a dessert thing.
Syrup over your pancakes?
I have them actually. Megan made me bacon
Oh,
pancakes.
you
and it was
put
delicious.
jam on yours, don't you?
No, you know what? I'm
Yes.
actually. You know what I like? I like a big old pancake just with butter on it. I like it plain. I'm not like I don't mind like other stuff on it, but a big buttery pancake.
Delicious.
you're
So
depriving
buttery
yourself.
that when you pick it up, like the butter just...
Oh,
yeah.
mommy, daddy. Can't I want for breakfast?
What do you want? Pancakes?
Pancakes and
Do you
bacon.
want me to make pancakes on Sunday?
Oh hell yes. Nice.
Will his grandma be up to make them at that time? Anyway, so I'm going to say bra for the waffles. You say I say
No for pancake, no
Okay.
for waffles, bro.
Alright.
So do we jump into what? We got any more, bro?
No, a slow week for the bra now. This is like the
We
first
never
time-
even put a
No, that was our bad.
I've got to be honest, guys, and I'm going to have to bring this up now. I think we've really taken our foot off the gas this week in terms of running our social medias. And,
We have.
Yeah.
And that's, obviously I do a lot of stuff in the background, but this week I've kind of been a bit off it as well.
No, I agree. I normally help out on the social media too. I've been
trying to do it, but like I said before, the post button on Facebook on my phone does not fucking work.
Excuses.
Yeah, didn't you? At least I have an excuse. You just say you've been lazy.
No, I've had a busy week as well.
I know. No,
Stressful
we
week.
promise though, guys. The social media will pick back up for real.
Yeah, what are we listening to and watching?
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
I had something for this.
I've got a few things.
What do you got?
If you don't mind, I'll start with it. I watched the All or Nothing documentary on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is that the Man City?
Yeah,
one?
Man City.
Yeah,
How was
I
that?
wanna watch
8
that.
episodes, 50 minutes an episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Decent.
did it all in a day.
Ooh.
It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, they do as well.
Looking at professional sport at that level, we were talking about it earlier on, the fine details, the microscopic details that go into preparation and execution of the plan
Oh yeah.
on a daily, weekly basis. It's really, really fascinating stuff. Guardiola as well, really interesting cat. Like he really is.
from the sort of the adverts and the trailers that I've seen, I've always liked Guardiola. I'm not a big Man City fan, but like I do like Guardiola and I like his sort of his ethos and his ideals, and I like the way he conducts himself. So I'm actually quite interested to watch that.
I like the way that he conducts himself. I like the way that he conveys his beliefs and his ideas and his philosophy, and how he translates that to the players. And more actually importantly, the documentary is a huge part about the staff. Don't just forget it's not 22 players
That's
in
it,
the squad.
yeah.
It's all the other shit that goes into it.
Trainers
in the
and God knows what else.
background. I won't go too much into detail because it's just worth a watch. You get a chance, honestly, give it a go. Other than that, big plans, upgrades for the podcast, new gear coming in, lots of new things on the way.
Shout out to our sponsors.
That's why it's a slow week this week, because we're coming back hard next week with
next week
the appropriate gear.
And other than that, just been working away, lots of music, lots of mixing, doing some stuff for a techno producer called The General. I'll no name her name, but I've got a young lady here in Perth that spits some bars and all that kind of stuff, so she's looking to get into it, so trying to really get something constructed for her. Other than that,
have you still got your super secret announcement that you mentioned last week?
Yeah, well, I've been working on that this week. It's not ready for this week, but as I said to Mike before you guys got here earlier, there is
we don't even know.
There's a sort of 2 to 3 week sort of little step-by-step incremental plan to roll out some upgrades and some things and all sorts of bits and pieces that I've got in the works. So that's probably why I've been off my game social media wise and all the other shit that I do.
We promise we will pick it back up again, guys.
So yeah, other than that, a lot of YouTube for me again this week. Just always is. A lot of MMA stuff. Not as many podcasts, although I did watch a fantastic podcast before I came here, which was Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes, I've seen some of that. That was
and
good.
I messaged you this morning and I was like, boys, I'm high as fuck, my head's melted. It's like 3 hours or something.
I love it, man.
He's always really good.
There's a video or a meme, and it's one of the times that Joe Rogan's had Neil deGrasse Tyson on, and Joe Rogan's always like high out of his mind. And Neil deGrasse Tyson's just explained something. Joe Rogan's just sitting there like wide-eyed, just like. And he's like, when Neil deGrasse Tyson tries to dumb down astrophysics for you.
I've also been watching another series that Bert Kreischer does. Called Something's Burning. Don't know if you've ever seen that on YouTube.
Yeah.
So he basically just gets like his pals and that around his gaff, and then he starts cooking something. He can't cook.
Yeah.
But it's all just like comedians and podcasts, and they'll just get pissed and then take their shirts off. And
Who is it? What's the guy's name?
Bert Kreischer.
The Machine.
Bert Kreischer.
See, if you haven't heard his famous bit is called The Machine, and I won't spoil it, but if you go into YouTube and just put in Bert Kreischer The Machine, it's
well,
put it up on
funnily
the
enough,
Facebook page.
he's on Joe Rogan. He just started streaming about 20 minutes before I came here, so I watched the first 15 minutes of that, and he was actually really annoying me because he was telling some joke about something else that had happened. He'd done a live show and he told it on another podcast last week, and I was just like, fuck. It wasn't funny then. You're not telling it funny now.
His comedy special. His comedy special goes on Netflix tomorrow.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Secret Time, I believe it's called.
Oh yeah, new Netflix stuff coming soon. Probably beginning of the month. It's big.
I listened to the latest episode of our friend on the Night and Day podcast.
Oh,
we have to issue an apology to Alana.
Why?
Because apparently, I think we corrected ourselves last week. The episode before, we just called her PJ's wife.
Oh,
and she started off the podcast the night the episode, and it was just PJ. I am PJ Wagon, and she went and I'm here with, and Alana just went PJ's wife.
I like her.
To be fair though, they also wished me a happy birthday, so I was very chuffed for that. It was a good episode. I really like. They've got quite a good dynamic because they talk like a married couple. They don't try and glam it up for the show. It's a very real chat between two people. Obviously, it's good to hear like they're trying to balance their kids and their kids clubs, and they're big into their CrossFit, and they obviously both work.
Stuff, yeah.
And I think they both do competitive CrossFit as well. They've actually got. I'm still counting. It was a woman called Margot Alvarez, who's like quite a big CrossFitter, and they've actually got her coming on as a guest in the coming weeks. So that was really good. But yeah, I want to say thank you specifically for wishing me a happy birthday.
Making moves.
Ken yourself.
And they've got a new theme tune. Did you have a listen?
Oh yeah, I missed it.
I haven't heard it.
I played it to you actually.
It's brilliant.
And it was the fucking old Frankie boy on it as well, man. It was quality.
I'm going to listen to it.
I caught up on some Johnny Vaughan's podcast, who I still think is the funniest man on radio. He is
very funny.
He's so good, man. the sports show he does on a Saturday called The Kickabout, which isn't technically a sports show. They try and do all they can to avoid talking about sports with any real sense. Cracks me up. What else? Watching a lot of a YouTuber called Mr. Sunday Movies. He does a podcast that we listen to called The Weekly Planet. It's just about comic book movies, sci-fi program stuff. And
He's both listened to it.
yeah.
Oh, that's
it was
cool.
couple
that podcast
we
together?
bonded over.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Shit together, Connie.
like some
Yeah,
better
Connie.
shit, Connie. Megan said more than 4 words per episode. But watching a lot of his YouTube videos, he does a lot of like Easter egg videos or trailer breakdowns and stuff, and like I'm pretty sad because I love all that shit. So we usually watch a couple of them before sleepy times.
Oh, that's cool.
We watched. What did we watch? That was we was it Sunday? We had a bit of quiet time on a Sunday, had like a free day, so we watched like a lot of the Final Destination movies.
It was amazing.
But completely out of sync. We watched like 6 and then 2 and then 4.
Why?
Just because because we're just going through Amazon Prime and like 1 and 3 were wanting like £5 to rent it, but all the rest of them were free. And 6 was the first one that came up.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
they're so bad, it's good.
But the final one, and I don't know if anyone plans to watch Final Destination movies, but the last one that they released, the whole time you're thinking it's just another film in the series, and they think they've beat the chain, and then they get on a plane, and it turns out it's the plane from the first movie.
Mind blown.
So the guys that get off the plane cheat death, and then the people that have thought they've beat it then get sucked out and split in half by the wings and shit. And it's ridiculous. And it was tremendous. So yeah, had a great time.
34% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
That is
36%
around about
on
the
Metacritic.
percentage that you want. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
We're going to go see The Meg on Sunday, and I am
The Meg.
Yeah.
The giant shark. So which one of you guys would like to go next?
Mike.
Ladies first.
Okay, cool. I watched that oh god, I can't remember.
Disenchanted?
Yeah, I've watched part of it. It's alright.
Disenchanted.
Yeah, it's or Disenchantment or whatever. It's the one by the guy who did The Simpsons and Futurama. And we watched part of the first episode, wasn't into it at all, and then someone I follow on Twitter said it's a good kind of stopgap in between now and when Rick and Morty comes back. So I thought, right, let's try and get past a couple of episodes.
Get back in there.
And it's fine. It's fine. It's not. I don't know if it's maybe just not hit its stride or it's just not for me. But
I feel like I'm really hard to impress when it comes to like adult cartoons because South Park's awesome, Family Guy's great, Rick and Morty is possibly one of the greatest things that's ever
What
been.
channel is that on though?
Rick and
it's on
Morty.
it. Rick and Morty or Disenchantment. Blah, blah.
Rick and Morty.
Netflix.
Oh, is it?
All 3
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh, Netflix.
all
I'm gonna
3.
check that out then. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I fucking love Rick and Morty.
So that's.
Anything else?
I'm basically just holding out for Tuesday when the Bake Off comes back.
British Bake Off kicking off.
Yes.
Actually, that's cool. We usually record on Tuesday, so it's that shit.
I also don't make you watch stuff that I know that you don't enjoy.
That's true, yeah.
Because I'm not a dick.
You was at Ariana Grande's album. You said you were listening to.
Yeah, to be fair, I've only listened to a couple of tracks. Love God as a Woman. That's brilliant.
That's one of my favorite songs right now.
it's so good.
Based on what you've listened to, you have to give it a score out of 10 bananas.
I do love her. So
Do you love her fiance
do you know what? I quite like him.
from Staten Island,
He's
New York?
funny. He's funny. I liked him. I've always liked him on SNL. The stuff that I've watched.
He's funny, yeah.
And he's funny. So no, I appreciate it. So yeah, probably give it like 7 so far.
I made a joke about him in the car, and I won't say it on air, but I'll say it to you guys afterwards to see what you think, because I thought it was quite funny.
Just say it.
So, Megan
listens, by the way.
Megan told me that his dad was one of the victims of 9/11.
Oh boy.
But he also made a joke about Ariana Grande's Manchester attack.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it in the case that black people are allowed to say the N-word, he's
Yeah.
also allowed to make fun of terrorist attacks? I thought it was fairly insightful.
You look so stumped by it.
I was like, I want to laugh about this, but I don't know if I can. Nah. Yeah, I get you. All right, I got you.
You can totally edit that out, because I did not get the laugh out of it.
We got a
More
shot
than
in there.
anything, Andy looks disgusted.
No, I think it was funny. So for that, it's staying in.
That because your one-liner smoked me, and then
No,
I laughed.
no.
I see what you're doing.
You can say nothing and then just poof.
Ah,
and
the
then
one
away you go
liners.
again, like,
It's funny because I still follow like the Staten Island Advance was like the hometown newspaper from where I'm from, and like anytime he says something about Staten Island on Saturday Night Live, like you should see all the people like, fuck him, if he doesn't want to be on Staten Island, he doesn't need to be here. It's like, settle down. He's like fucking making a joke about how trash Staten Island is. It's okay.
It's Staten Island trash.
No, it's not trash. I don't mean it in that way. I'm just saying like it's.
Fuck Mike Dots.
This is my podcast from Staten Island. That's how they talk in Staten Island.
So, out of 10 bananas?
So far, what I've listened to is 7. Nicki Minaj's album, not that impressed. But I've not really listened to it, to be fair.
We said that last week as well.
And the fact that she's having a Twitter fight with a baby is weird to me.
She's having a meltdown.
Oh, yeah, she's not having a good time. So, Travis Scott's Future World? Whatever it's called. His album was out the week before Nicki Minaj's. Afterworld, that's it. And apparently, merch sales come into consideration with...
They were packaging merch with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently she sold more albums on the week that hers came out versus Astroworld, which was on its second week. But because of merch sales, his was still number 1. So she went on a meltdown about the fact that she's actually number 1. And because Kylie Jenner had instigated a meet and greet or something, I don't even know the whole thing about it. She basically started having Twitter beef with a 6-month-old baby. To the point that Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner were meant to be sitting behind her at the MTV Awards or the VMA Awards, whatever awards it was at the weekend, and they actually asked to get moved.
She's moving real weird.
I've never been a huge fan of her as a person. I like songs here and there, but as a person, I find her to be just not cool.
She's cancelled her tour with Future as well, and it's the North American leg, so obviously that's money. But she's saying she doesn't have the time to rehearse to give the level of show she needs to give, but there are unconfirmed reports of that reason really being low ticket sales.
Ooh, I mean, Takashi's supposed to be on that too.
Listen, Nikki, if you're worried and things aren't good, times are tough, just give me a phone, babes.
Some beats together for her?
Some dope beats.
Look after her.
And they might get a
look at her. No, I wouldn't do that. I do think she's... I don't know why. I think she's hot, man.
I love her. I think she's brilliant.
I think she's a good looking girl.
Yeah. I mean,
I like her.
Her breasts.
No, that's not what I meant. I was moving. I was doing like that. I like her. I like the attitude of the rapper attitude in her, like in a woman.
I do like her music because I think because she has and she does it well because she has the pop hits that she knows will do well sales wise.
Yeah,
Starships.
She always gets the right feature. Something I've talked about a lot of times, you guys. You know, the singles now is about getting the hottest 2 sort of features on your track. Nicki Minaj featuring Rihanna and Eminem.
Or popping up the one with Eminem, the track with Eminem is brilliant. Like you say, she can rap. She has
she's great
skills and like
alright.
But like for the pop songs that she releases, I think she does have skills. I think she has the ability to.
And she's versatile. I think she's a good rapper.
I think she turns heads, man.
Yeah.
Part of her appeal as much as anything is that she's really unique. Looking and dressing.
And I love the fact that she's not afraid to call people out for calling her a bitch and everything like it. And to get all feminist here, she does talk about the fact that she is treated differently because she's a woman because of the way she behaves versus a man behaving the exact same way. I love that about her. I think she's brilliant. But having Twitter beef with a 6-month-old baby, kind of draw the line at that.
But
9 months is fair play.
No. Once they're walking and talking, fine. Do what you want.
Dead ass though.
What, that incredibly fake ass?
Yeah. It's too big. Get her pumped, Andy.
Right, okay, come on.
Carry on, right, Mike, it's your turn. Jesus. So, wait, we're going to give Ariana Grande's album, so far, I was getting a 7 bananas.
Quite appreciate it. Like her.
I'm going to listen to that because I like Ariana Grande. She's on Mickey's album too, I think.
Yeah, they've got a song with each other on each album.
Okay, alright, I'll listen to that. Started watching Insecure again. Very funny. It's on Now TV, but somewhere, it must be on Sky Atlantic actually as well. Very, very good show. Real Tall Bill Maher's come back. The Joe Budden podcast, inspiring this week. They got an exclusive deal with Spotify, which is awesome. Multi-million-dollar deal. It's the first time ever for a podcast.
Oh, really?
Dude, I was super inspired. After I heard that, I was like, let's fucking do shit. Let's fucking get a deal. But,
whose podcast?
Joe Biden, who's a rapper turned.
I didn't hear you right properly, and I thought you said Joe Biden. And that's why I was like, what, VP Biden? Oh my god.
Somebody else said that I worked with me. They're like, Joe Biden is a podcast?
I would listen the fuck out of that. That would be amazing.
So that was really good. That's a really, really funny podcast. If anyone,
I need to actually, I need to get onto that at some point because you've been talking about it for so long that I've still to actually give it a whirl.
I also watched this documentary about dogs. It's not on there anymore because I just looked for it with my girls like the other last week at some point. They may have pulled it off by now. It was just super good. There was a point though where they were given the dog was given birth though, and I was like, do I have to cover her eyes? Like I don't know if I should cover my daughter's eyes or not. Or
So you're telling me there's a podcast about dogs?
no, not probably. This is a show on Netflix.
Oh, it's sorry, not a podcast. I meant
It's good.
show. There's a TV program about doggos.
Definitely watch it. It's very good.
God.
Settle down. Settle down.
I've been listening to You Me at 6. I have a single out now called Back Again. Well, it's probably pretty old. And the Calvin Harris and Sam Smith song. I've been bumping that.
I've not heard that one. I keep meaning because I do like both of those people.
Me too.
I can't hear about Sam Smith and not laugh. It's just because when he was at the Oscars, he was going about being the first openly gay guy to win an Oscar when there was all these people before him. Or the time when he commented on the SSE Hydro,
yeah, so
and because they had it in like Pride flag, and they were like, "Oh my God, they've done it for me because I'm gay," and someone was like, "Who's going to tell him to do it every night?" And I can't like the moment his name gets mentioned, I start laughing. I'm sorry, it's so funny.
His first album is actually very good. Can't listen to it all the time. I listened to it once or twice through. And it was a bit melancholy, but the guy's got some pipes.
Oh, he's an
Yeah, he's
amazing
good.
singer.
What's the one he done with Disclosure?
Oh,
Latch.
Oh, Latch,
Oh, that was
yes.
such a tune, man. That first Disclosure album actually was a banger.
Yeah.
Demo that again. Carry on, sorry, Michael.
And that's about it. I've just got like individual songs really on my playlist. I don't really have anything. Oh, there's a song called a group called Emotional Oranges. I just thought it was funny. But the song was called Personal. Very, very good song. Listen to it.
Emotional Oranges.
That's all I got.
Fantastic. Anything else from anyone else?
No.
Well,
Think of the story that I had for you last week.
Oh, yeah, please.
That I didn't get in.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have one more. It was a YouTube video. Oh, yeah, you guys would appreciate this. Give me 2 seconds because it was on WhatsApp. It was Joe Rogan breaks down Brendan Schaub. Have you seen this YouTube video?
Oh, that's an old one.
that's an
Classic.
old one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I watched it the other day, and he.
He tells him what he needs to fucking hear.
yeah.
But was that edited?
No?
Oh, okay. I thought they kind of pieced it together because
No,
it
that
just
was-
seemed like he was just abusing him for so long.
It might be because if you actually watch the episode that it was on, if you're watching like a JRE clips one of that, it may well be cut
Okay,
at
alright.
points. But he told him what he needed to tell.
Brendan Schaub used to be a UFC fighter.
Oh, he's not fighting anymore.
No, he was still jumping and fighting, and he's good pals with Joe Rogan, and Joe sort of was like brutally honest with him to say like, look man, you're not. This isn't for you anymore. It was along those lines. Is that you, like, because you lost a couple.
He kept getting. Basically, what would happen? He would get through most of the contenders. Then once he got into the top 4 or 5 guys in the world, that's where his limitations. That's where he was exposed. And there was no need for him.
And Rogan sort of said to him in a way, I'm your friend. Like, I don't want to see you get fucked up.
Just in front of everybody.
Right, so first off, totally inappropriate. But secondly, so he was getting to top 4 or 5 in the world and was being told to stop.
No, because he was then getting his arse handed to him on the reg.
I guess
he wasn't good enough to be a world champion.
He was like middle of the road guy.
Right, but he's still like that high in the world and he's getting told, nah.
Yeah, but he also
like that's
played,
so weird to me.
Yeah, but he also played American football. He dealt a lot with concussions. Yeah, he played for the.
He was more saying it from the fact it's like for your own health. But the
Well, that's a fair enough thing to say. Right, just future advice for everyone: say it in private.
But the thing is, so I've heard about like Brendan Schaub's talking was having was that after they done the episode, Rogan was like, I don't think we should put this out. And Brendan Schaub was like, no, I want this to go out.
I know.
But since then, Brendan Schaub
awesome.
now has one of the most successful podcasts in the world.
He does.
Where the comedian has another one by himself, and he also has his own show on.
He's got his gig on Showtime. He's got Fighter and the Kid. He's got Below the Belt, the Showtime podcast. He's got stand-up comedy. He's got coffee sponsorship. He's got everything.
Big fella.
Well, what? Not
Jordan's
to,
bleeding all over the place.
Shocking.
My bleed for this podcast.
We got a bleeder.
what not to forget about, and just to sort of wrap that up, is the knockouts that he got were fucking brutal.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, they were
Took some bad
knockouts, man. So.
So Andy, please with your story.
Well, it's a shame I forgot to do this last week, but I've got it left over, so just to wrap things up. Because Tam would have liked this. Because he's a connoisseur of these, as am I.
Okay.
KFC has launched a new fast food inspired clothing line, including chicken nugget tracky bottoms.
I want them so bad it hurts.
We'll post a link to this on the Facebook page, but I want them.
Yeah, I want them really
On
bad.
board.
Look at that. That is.
Get my chicken nugget trackies. I'm eating tonight.
Listen, this clothing line plus their fast food themed accessories are set to be a recipe for success. And we are done for the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much again for listening. Thank you to our sponsors, Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. Small, reliable plumbing heat company, gas safe, registered, fully insured, from tap washers to heating systems. No job is too small. Get in contact now and get yourself a system flush as we're coming up for the cold weather.
Definitely get that. Hell
Pay
yeah.
the price now rather than a lot more in the future. So that's Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. Thank you again for listening. As you do every week, like we said before, our social media game will jump up. You will find us on Facebook, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, Twitter, MSF_podcast, Instagram, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, Podbean, like I said before, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. I am on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice, that's WAGGUANPATRICE.
I am also on Twitter at _M_dots.
I'm there as well, at Macapella.
Has Chuff remembered her Twitter address yet?
Nope.
Nope. She just is there.
Yep, I'm there floating about.
You're one of the few that don't speak much on Twitter, are you?
No, I just like mainly funny things.
Yeah, I like to read on
I'll
Twitter.
watch it. Thank you again for listening, following all your support, your feedback, your comments, your Braw or Naws. Anyone who's just decided, there was actually some good feedback from our boy Stosh and also from Ali Cook. That was on the Facebook page if you want to hear some fun Bond facts that I forgot to read out. So yeah, thank you once again. We will be back next week. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.